Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video we're going to be showing you how to solder on a new DC power plug for your Asus laptop. Now, the model of the laptop is in the description box and the title, but my precise laptop here, the motherboard, what happens is that you put in the charger plug and sometimes you have to wiggle it around or really jam it in there for the computer to actually work. And unfortunately what happens, this is a known problem, the back of the power plug right here, I have my new one right here. This little hook right there, right up where my top finger is right here, that little hook right there gets broken. It snaps right on the back side right there. And what happens is that's why you have to sometimes really jam it in there to make contact with the broken piece. After we desolder this, I'll show you exactly what transpired. But again, there's a soldering point right here. There's one. There's going to be two on each side, total of 5 soldering points total. So some things that you want to invest in to make the job a lot easier, guys, is invest in a nice flux pin. This is a 951 liquid soldering flux pin. I'll show you guys how to use that in just a little bit here. And then we also have some desoldering wire. Again, some desoldering wire. This is 2mm width by length, 1.5 meters. And so it's a nice long desoldering wire. And what that does is if you don't have a soldering iron with a suction that sucks up the solder, sometimes when you go to regularly just put the heat on, it will melt and then will harden again before you're able to take it off. So this makes it a lot easier. Again, I'll link all this in the description box below, so don't worry. And then of course, you also want to have a nice soldering iron as well to be able to heat it up to the proper temperature. I'm going to be working with a Weller 40-watt soldering iron today. Nothing outrageous expensive, just your basic Weller with a clean tip, of course. Make sure it has a clean tip on there. And when working with soldering, guys, make sure you're in a good ventilated area so you don't breathe in the solder fumes, and be careful with this as well. After you're done with this, wash your hands with soap and water, the flux pin, and definitely grab a little ventilation mask. This, I just have a little 3M little mask here that I'm using, just so that I don't breathe in the solder fumes when they arise after I heat up the soldering points here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this with my left hand, my desoldering wire here. I'm going to go ahead and lay that right over the point where I want to desolder. Now on camera here we can see this one right here, this little point right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay my wire right over the top of it, heating up the wire portion of it, and then because there's flux inside the wire, it will go ahead and lift up and stick to the bottom of the wire here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. So I lay my wire right over the top of the point here, and then because I'll have my mask on, I might be a little muffled here, but we'll go ahead and heat up the wire now right on top. If you are working with a better, more high-powered iron, you won't have to hold it on there as long. Okay, there we go. Right there, we see that the solder is on there. Now you're gonna have to keep doing this here until all the solder is lifted up. And the reason why solder gets on here is that solder flows towards the flux a lot easier. So instead of melting back on the soldering point, it lifts up, so we can see it. We have a lot of solder here. So now go to a cleaner section of the wire. And it's also always good to use eye protection as well during this. We have one of our soldering points almost complete here. It definitely takes a little bit of time. It depends how much solder is on there. We look great right there. We have a lot of solder on the soldering wire. Now to the other soldering points, back it up. You can even clip this portion off, back it up to the clean portion of the wire, and start on all the other points. There's 5 points total, 2 on each side, 1 in the rear. We'll go ahead and pull this guy off. Charging port is now completely out of the sockets, desoldered. And I want to just show you quickly here on the back, that little connector right there breaks off. That's your 5th back connector right there. 2 on that side, 2 on that side, and that little portion right there snaps off. I have that guy right there in my finger with some solder on it. That's the culprit, that's what breaks. Now with the old one completely off, I'm gonna take some 91% electronics alcohol here, and again I'll link all this in the description box below. I'm just going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to go ahead and clean with alcohol on the end of the Q-tip. I'm going to go ahead and clean all the contact points here on both sides, the back and the front, just to make sure they're nice and clean, removing any debris or anything like that that might have gotten the way there, some of the plastic. So we'll go ahead and clean both sides, and then we'll go ahead and lay the new one back in, and then we'll use our flux pin on all the points there. All right, we're looking good on the back side. Let's switch it over to the front side and clean that front side. Now with that clean, we're gonna go ahead and let that sit for a couple minutes and dry. It should dry very quickly. The high alcohol content will go ahead and evaporate very quickly. You might even have to wait just a minute or so, but I'm gonna wait about 2 minutes and then we're gonna put my new one back in. So while we're waiting, this is also a good example. That right there cracks, and that is the culprit of why it does not charge. We're gonna go ahead and slip it back inside this little portion facing the back. We're gonna go ahead and again, just slip it in here into our contact points here. We've placed our new one inside right here, all 5 contact points. Right there, as we can see in the back, right there, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 right there. Now this new one, I'll link it in the description box of this video. Now this is the important part where you definitely need your flux pin. Now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use my flux pin and I'm gonna be dabbing it on each contact point where I want to solder. And what happens is once I dab the spot where I want to solder with the flux pin, it will go ahead and flow perfectly to that area. If you try to do it without a flux pin, it's very difficult. You can do it, but it just makes the job so much easier and a little bit more professional as well. And so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put my mask on here and I'm gonna go ahead and dab all 5 points and then I will go ahead and solder. It just flows precisely right on. As we can see, right, just the ball forms right there, right where my soldering iron is pointing to. The flux pin just gathers the ball right there on the soldering point, just beautifully. All right guys, now what we're gonna do, now that the top is soldered, we're gonna flip it around here for the bottom and we're just gonna put a few little dabs right here if it didn't go through, because you will have loose little connections down here on the bottom as well. So we want to make sure that's completely secure. So we're going to go ahead and just put a little solder on these bottom points as well. Now with it completely soldered in here, we're going to let that cool down completely, and then we're going to go ahead and plug it in, test it with a multimeter, make sure we're running at 19.5 volts. Once we're running at 19.5 volts and we know that all the solder points are legit, it's getting energy from the wall, we're going to go ahead and then put it all back together. We have our multimeter here and we have set it to DC volts 200 here. And what we're going to do, it's going to be a little tricky showing the multimeter on camera here. Maybe I can slip it right here so you guys can see it. There we go. And right now, if you can see that, it's a little hard because of my black plate, but I have my laptop charger plugged directly in right here. This is just to save me time, just in case there's a bad connection. I don't have to put it all back together and then take it all the way apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put my red connector back here on the ground, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my black one right here by the laptop charging port area right after the rubber. Alrighty guys, there we go, 19 volts. We are looking fantastic. Now we know for sure that we can put it back together and it is in working condition. I have my laptop charger plugged in here and we're already looking good. No need to touch it at all. Fantastic, but here's the moment of truth. Let's fire it up. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. We look like we have power. We're hearing something. Boom. There we go. It is fixed. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Look in that description box below for the different tools and links and the soldering irons and all that different stuff you might need. Look in that description box below the video. Thank you so much for your time. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you're into it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. You have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.